I was almost late. I was playing a game. What are you doing this week? What kind of puzzle? Are you doing Sudoku? Are you playing a game on your phone? What are you playing? What is challenging your mental health? Woo! Let me make sure I got this all turned down. I had it up for a minute. Okay. All right. So I got it all turned down. Give me a hello. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a smiley face. How's everybody this evening? We are fifth week, whole life challenge, question and answer period. So bring your questions. Maybe I've got some answers. We have 10 days left to the challenge. Today is the 15th. The challenge officially ends on the 25th. Are you making the changes that you wanted to make? I look at the news feed. I'm seeing a lot of positive things happening inside of the news feed. You're sharing the changes that have been good for you. You're sharing the changes that you're struggling. But I don't know if you're anything like me. I got 10 days left. A couple of my choices are maybe starting to slide just a little bit. I'm not making those as healthy choices. Now, I'm still making choices. I'm still doing conscious things, so I'm not totally throwing it out the window. But it's not like it was when it was new. When something is new, and I'm trying to create a new behavior, I just stick to it, and I stick to the letter of the law. I just do it all, right? Stick to it. This is the way I'm going to do it. After I've done it for a while, I kind of let a few things slide. I'm not quite on the letter of the law. And what I know is this, is the further you get away from center, the more challenging it can be. I used to share this analogy back when I was in business all the time. Being on time, 7 o'clock means 7 o'clock. If you have an employee that consistently comes in at 7:03, all of a sudden they're away from that center line by 3 minutes. And then the next time it's 7:05. And then it's 7:10, then it's 7:15. And that's the way things happen for me when it comes to my weight loss and my healthy habits. So 10 days left. Rededicate yourself to the challenge. Reread. Just take that quick start guide. I'll post it in the newsfeed, in the team newsfeed. Reread it. Look at it. Dedicate yourself for the next 10 days to making the healthy change that you started this challenge wanting to do. All right. Okay. So again, if you got any questions, go ahead and put them in. Let's see. Oh, a couple of things. So let me see. Talking about mobility and flexibility, which actually is going to be next week's week-long challenge. Mobility and flexibility has been so important for me, and this has been one of the habits that the challenge has changed for me. It's helped me to get involved in a regular stretching and mobility routine. I did my show earlier tonight at 6 p.m. was all about flexibility and mobility, the way to incorporate it into your life using the 10-minute principle that we do here on the Whole Life Challenge. So if you missed that, I post a link and you'll see that inside of the team news feed. But mobility and challenge and flexibility is going to be our challenge for next week. So I guess probably I should back up. I got a little cold. Oh, and I know I'm going to sneeze. Give me just a minute here. Okay. Maybe I'm not. All right, so let me back up before I tell you about next week's challenge. Let me tell you about the winner from last week's challenge. So last week's challenge was all about drinking. And we're not talking alcohol. We're talking hydration. So if you remember, excuse me, our goal is our body weight divided by 3 to get that many ounces of hydration into our bodies each and every day. I challenged you to record your scores for 6 days. I also challenged you to write something about it in the newsfeed. I don't know, but I didn't see anything in the newsfeed. So everybody was all kind of equal. So what I did is I threw your names into a hat and I drew for the prize, which was Soul Solution. This is, with summer coming, this is one of my favorites. If you have dry skin on your heels, on your elbows, anywhere like this, this will take care of it. In fact, my sister called me yesterday and she's like, oh my God, I love that stuff. It is so good for my skin. Soul Solution, this is going out to you, Kathy S. So congratulations on the Soul Solution for last week. And more importantly, your body congratulates you for hydration. Again, if you got any questions, make sure you put them down below. Okay, so I already gave you the preview. Flexibility and mobility. That's the challenge for the coming week. It is a count them, 2-part challenge. One is record the score for at least 6 days. Okay, that's the first thing. Second thing, this is the second part of the challenge, and I think if anybody does this, they're going to win this. Okay, second part of the challenge is this. Tell us what you're doing for flexibility and mobility. Are you stretching? Are you rolling? What are you doing? Give us some comments about what you did or how you worked it into your day. Make any comment. Write the word flexibility. Write the word mobility. I don't care, but make any comment inside the newsfeed about flexibility and mobility, and you're going to be in the drawing for this. This is called cortisol. You have likely heard of the hormone cortisol. Cortisol is the flight or fight hormone. What tends to happen as we age is our cortisol production gets all wonky, and it can cause belly fat and all this other stuff inside of us. What this helps us to do is this helps us to control that and get the cortisol to more normal levels. It's really great for us. It's when you're feeling any kind of stress, and it doesn't have to be stress from a job. It can be stress from I'm working out a lot, because our body doesn't differentiate good stress from bad stress. Working out is stress, and if you're doing this challenge, I know you're working out, you're exercising at least 10 minutes a day. So 2-part challenge. Make sure you do both parts, and you can get one of these. This is amazing stuff. Okay, let's see if we've got any questions coming up. Just a couple more things then. This week's Wellbeing Challenge, as I mentioned at the start, is all about puzzles. What puzzles are you doing? I had Luminosity on my phone back then, but what I found myself is I love games, and I find myself spending a lot of time if I put a game on my phone, so I keep the games off my phone. What are you doing for your puzzles? I'd love to know. Put it in the team newsfeed. Now, next week's Wellbeing Challenge, the very last one, this is going to change this coming Friday, is really fun, and it's called the Jar of Awesome. Awesome sauce, right? You know that commercial, Awesome Sauce? It is learning about about how to be your BFF, your best friend, which, by the way, is going to coincide to my very last live show. My last live show I'm going to do right before this party. It is going to be all about the 4 things, the 4-step method that I have used to put healthy habits in place in my life and keep this 100+ pounds off of this body for the last 14 years. So if you're not sure what's going to be happening for you between now and the next challenge, and just a little preview, there is a challenge coming up in July. But if you're not sure what you're going to do or how you're going to stay on track between now and the next challenge, you want to make sure that you tune into that live show. That one is going to be on Tuesday the 29th. So that's 2 weeks. Again, I'm doing a lot of 2 tickets to paradise. I know, I sing really bad. I sing even worse when I have a cold. But that's kind of like one of John and my jokes. 2 tickets to paradise. But that is 2 weeks from tonight, okay? So you're going to want to make sure that you're on that one. I'm looking down here, and I am not seeing any questions, and I certainly don't want to take up more of anybody's time than necessary. If you need to reach me, if you have some questions on the Whole Life Challenge, get me in the newsfeed, email me, text me. But here's the deal. 10 days. 10 days left. 10. I want you to crisscross promise me that you are going to give 100% effort over the next 10 days and finish this challenge strong. You know where to find me if you need anything. We'll see you in the newsfeed and the Whole Life Challenge. Have a good night, everybody.